And I think Daryl Lloyd unmuted his device, Your Honor.
Say what? Well, Daryl Lloyd, he's holding me up.
Yeah, I'm Daryl Boyd. I'm here.
Yeah, you hold me up because you weren't there when I called your name, and you didn't pay.
I've been here.
Let's go back on the record with Daryl Lloyd. You weren't there when I called your name.
I'm Daryl Boyd.
3 times.
I'm Daryl Boyd. Boyd,
So
B-O-Y-D.
That's not my. That's Daryl Boyd. Daryl
But that was my
Lloyd.
mistake. I apologize. That's what I thought I heard.
All right. Good morning, Mr. King. Could you have a seat?
That's better.
Hi. I got your lawyer, Mr. Knopfinger, to join us. So thank you to him. He was here on another matter and I corralled him to come in here. This is file number 241.
All right, I have to thank Zach for this. Brecken was in on it. I think I have some more too. I can't remember right now, but I've got a whole bunch of clips, so I can't remember where they're all from. But and I got several from both of them. This is good stuff. I'm in a mood today. It's Monday. We've had some bad news, and I am in no mood to hear from the pearl clutchers about the fact that this guy has some obvious deficits. Here's what I want to tell you. I know, and I've decided to run it anyway. It's interesting and it's fun.
1134 SM, People versus Reggie Lee King. Mr. King, you were charged with assault and battery last May for an incident that occurred at the Spartan Motel, and the complaining witness was Lori Wilkers.
The camera's on that.
Lori Wilkes. All right. You spent 8 days in jail, and then you posted a bond, and then you got out. Then you failed to appear again, and you posted another bond. So you spent 18 days in jail so far, and then I think you got arrested yesterday. How did you come to get arrested yesterday?
I have no clue.
Did they come and stop you at the motel or what?
No, I don't live there no more.
Where did you get arrested?
I got arrested at my brother's house.
At Dewey's house?
My brother, I'm staying over there. And it was, my brother's in the hospital. His girlfriend, April, she works every day. She's a caregiver. She helps take care of people. And it was just me, Virginia, and the 3 kids. I was in the living room.
What town was that in?
What?
What town was that in? Oh,
River.
that's Dewey's house?
Yeah. And fucking, they're all
What's your language? All right, well, Mr. King, what I represented to your lawyer.
Hey, no, you finish. I'm the boss.
Oh, well, all right, well, that's debatable. You drop an F-bomb again.
My favorite part is watching Judge Middleton, who's really good. He's really good. He's a sweet man. Deal with this stuff. It's it's so enjoyable for some reason.
Then I'm going to leave you in jail for a while. All right, what do you want to tell me?
And they went to the front back bedroom. All of them did was go to the front bedroom. Okay, that's what Virginia told Brooklyn, the front bedroom. Okay, they're back there talking. I'm sitting out in the living room with the 2 boys, and then here comes Brooklyn, 2 back to the bedroom. I'm like, okay, what the hell is going on?
And that's when you got arrested yesterday?
Yeah. And
All
then
right, so
all of a sudden, they come outside the bedroom and go, we're going to go to the store. Okay, so I'm sitting here waiting. They said they're going to the store. I go outside from upstairs. I know I heard them out there talking. And then all of a sudden I got covered my door. Well, we got to pay you this. I didn't say shit. Besides, are you okay? Because Virginia was sitting on the couch and Brooklyn came up, sat next to her, started crying, holding her, bawling her eyes out, crying. She gets up, goes to the chair. I'm like, Brooklyn, you okay? Virginia's
All right,
like,
Let me
No,
cut
no.
right to the chase. I don't need to know this part, but you've been in jail for a total of 19 days. 8 days, 10 days, and one more. So I represented to your lawyer, Mr. Knopfinger, that if you would plead guilty to assault and battery and knocking that girl down or pushing her down, that I would give you 19 days jail, credit 19 days, and take your fine out of your bond. Now, assault and battery is a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 93 days in jail and a fine of up to $500.
no, but see, there's cameras on that too. Just like there was with the other one. With the one that hit me in the head with a baseball bat.
All right, well, this doesn't have anything to do with a baseball bat. She contended you got in an argument with her and you pushed her and pulled her hair back in May.
But
May
the
11th.
camera said,
What?
it's not according to what the camera said.
All right, well, okay. So my representation to you and your lawyer is here. If you plead guilty to an assault and battery on Lori Wilkes, I will give you 19 days jail, credit 19 days, and use the bond to pay your fine.
So Judge, that means that the case would just be over today?
Correct.
And then would Mr. King get out of jail today and he wouldn't owe any fines and costs, you'd take it out of his bond?
Correct.
Does that make sense, Reggie?
Hey, can you point me to my attorney?
The poor thing, his attorney goes through this whole kabuki of pretending to ask Judge Middleton the terms of the settlement. Luke is well aware of what the terms of the settlement are, as is Judge Middleton. He's doing it entirely for his benefit. And then the next thing out of his client's mouth just shows the whole exercise was pointless. It's sad, but it's hilarious.
Yeah, he's here. Can you hear him?
I can hear him. I want to look at him, if that's okay.
All right. Can we open the breakout room so Luke can talk privately with Mr. King?
I can go, Judge, I have my laptop. I can go wherever. I'll find it.
Because if I can,
All right, well, hold still.
We do that.
because if I can do this, and if I'm not going to get charged for it, because there's cameras that states I did not do it.
All right, hold still.
But if I can get out of this easily, if you're willing to do this for me, Militant,
Yes, sir.
then I guess if it's okay with him, I'll take it.
All right, we'll let you talk to your lawyer here about it.
Because if I get out of jail right now, and no fines, no cost, I've had money. No,
Yeah, that's why your attorney went through this whole thing that you would get out of jail today with no additional fines and costs other than forfeiting your bond. But you were busy not listening.
Hold up till Luke logs in here.
okay.
Luke, I greatly appreciate your being here. All right, Reggie, click the button that says join.
There we go.
I tried to find an exit button. He said it is exit button. I said this. Hey, Milton, sorry.
All right, well, have a seat, Mr. King. Mr. King, have a seat.
Got it.
All right, we're back in the matter of People versus Reggie Lee King. File number is 241114SM. You have an opportunity to speak privately with his client in a breakout room. Mr. Knopfinger, did we resolve the case?
Yes, Judge. Spoken to Mr. King. Also, he's apologetic for the language he had used earlier. He's just a little frustrated. He will enter a plea to assault and battery. The factual basis, Judge, will be in one in which.
I mean, well done, Luke. But I don't believe you. It's what you should say as his attorney. You're doing fine work, my man. But I'm not buying it.
He did approach her, and she was under the immediate apprehension of a battery and kind of reacted.
All right. Mr. King, other than what I told you about what I proposed to do for the sentence, did anybody promise you anything to get you to plead to this?
No,
Or threaten you to try to get you to plead?
no,
Do you understand that if you do plead to this charge, you'll be giving up your right to have a trial in front of a judge or jury? If you had a trial, you'd have the right to be represented by an attorney. And as I indicated, Mr. Knopfseger made a special effort to be here with us this morning.
yeah,
If you had a
appreciate
trial,
that.
you'd have a right to take the witness stand and testify on your own behalf, but you don't have to because you have a right not to testify. And if you did not wish to testify, the judge or jury cannot hold your silence against you. And you have the right to be presumed innocent unless the state was able to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. Did you get into some sort of disagreement with this Lori Wilkes back on May 11th?
I got in a disagreement with her and I got up in her face, but she dropped to the ground and she must have thought I hit her.
That's sufficient. All right, now, have you got a way to get back to Three Rivers?
I don't think so.
All right, well, then you walk up here to the courthouse and the bailiffs will make sure you get a bus pass, okay?
Well, can I get a ride with you?
No, I won't be, whatever direction you're going in, I won't be going in that direction.
That sounds fun. Me and you hanging out in the car.
Yeah, that sounds like great fun. Maybe ride the back of my truck.
Hey, come on.
All right.
Hey, I we can stop getting pre-roll.
All right.
Come on,
All
man.
right. You're pushing the envelope here, Mr. King. I'm going to give you 19 days jail credit, 19 days, a $125 crime victims' rights fee and state minimum fee, and a $75 attorney fee. That adds up to $200.
All right, to answer the question, have I ever had a client like this? Not exactly. And what I do is different. I do civil stuff and I do 99% of the talking. They literally, my clients never open their mouths in court outside of trial. Never. Ever. I handle all court appearances, and then if we're in a hearing and they have to testify, either at a deposition or a trial, they do that, and then I prepare them. But oh yeah, I've had closed head injuries. I've had the gamut. I've had, wrongful death cases where my client's gone. I've had everything on the strata, but there's a lot more prep. It's a lot cleaner in my practice.
From the bond is $200. Now you've also got you got a bunch of other unpaid stuff. I'm going to wipe out another one. 23643 FY, felony disturbing. That was reduced to disturbing or attempted R&O or something. I'm going to wipe that out. There's others, but I'm just going to deal with that one. All right, Mr. King, you should be able to get out. Hopefully you get lunch. If you need a bus pass, stop at the courthouse. The bailiffs can give you one. All right.
Can I help you?
No, he's not going your direction either.
Well, I thought,
Whatever it is, we're not going that way. All right. Good luck, Mr. King.
Thanks, Judge. Thanks.
Thank you, Luke, for your help and going the extra mile there. Jordan's headed not in that direction either, so I won't.
Actually not.
What? 19 days is probably sufficient for what that was. So I'm happy to bring a resolution to it. Thank you.
Thanks, Judge.
Please hit on mute for me, please. All right, thank you. And so, Mr. Foley, your name for the record, please.
Your name? Mark Patrick Foley.
Okay. And, counsel, as to the arraignment?
Yes, as to the arraignment, my client waives formal reading and stands me to the charge.
The court will waive the formal reading, enter a plea of not guilty for purposes of the arraignment. Looks like we have one more on Wednesday, Ally.
Yeah, you can pick whatever.
My client is Cooter Brown. You're gonna see for yourself.
Yeah, right.
6 p.m.
Yeah, 6 p.m. seems to be probably about the time it's gonna happen, because we have 84 cases already that day.
I'm not on CAT schedule for Wednesday, but this is
Did
an
you receive
arraignment.
an email for help?
We can just throw it on top. I did, but I've got 2 cases I'm already following.
Yeah. Are you free in the evening? We probably still need help in the evening that day. All right.
Night court.
So, yeah. All right, December 17th at, I'll say 10 o'clock. I have no idea what time we're gonna actually get to you, sir, but we'll do our best. All right, as to bond counsel.
As the bond, Your Honor, my client is a 60-year-old man. He is been living in Wyandotte at the St. Louis home. He's been living there for about 50 years steady. He's still working. He's here on Valley Steel for like 25 years. He tells me he's not on probation or parole anywhere. He's never failed to appear for court, and he would appear anywhere, anytime the court requires him to. We'd ask the court for a personal bond.
I kind of feel like he was recently here, was he not?
I have no knowledge.
Sir, have you been here before?
You have to say yes or no.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, that's what I thought. And so when were you last here, sir?
Pardon?
When were you last here?
When was I last year? Last year, right here.
Right.
Yeah.
So are you still under the influence of anything?
Yes. Yes.
You're
I am.
currently under the influence of something?
No, I ain't.
No.
They threw me in jail.
Yes. And then she asked him the same question 2 seconds later. No, I ain't. Oh, good Lord. I didn't see anything about Eric Martin today. I had a busy day. I had a deposition and an appearance and a bunch of stuff that Yesenia was throwing at me. And I would grab clips throughout the day, but it's all jumbled mess. If someone's got it, send it to me.
I've been in jail for a long time.
Since yesterday evening. Okay, all right, well, so are you under the care of a treating physician at all?
Pardon?
Are you under the care of a physician?
No, I ain't. No, I ain't. No, I ain't.
Okay, I'm not sure. Okay. All right, well, here's what the court's going to do. The court has some concern for the safety of Mr. Foley. And I think it would be best for Mr. Foley to have an alcohol tether to assist him in maintaining sobriety. So I'm going to also make sure he's not returning to Cahalan's party store or any other party store or liquor store.
No. That'd be well, we work for me.
What's that?
That'll work for me.
Well, good. I'm glad that will, sir.
Yeah, I'll wear a tether. No problem.
What's that?
An alcohol tether.
Sir, are you sure you're not under the care of any treating physician?
Pardon?
Are you sure you don't treat with a doctor regularly?
No. I'm very to see you.
You're
I
right.
don't have, no, I'm an alcoholic, so.
Okay, so I'm just wondering, sir, if you've, had any diagnosis of anything such as, encephalopathy or anything like that, sir, because I just have some concerns with some of your cognitive.
I don't have nothing. It's over.
Okay. All right, well, the court's going to, I'm just gonna note, sir, for the record, that I do think that you might have something going on.
Yes, I do.
With,
Follows me the rest of my life.
what's that?
It follows me the rest of my life, alcohol.
Okay. Well, sir, I think that perhaps you should be evaluated by a physician. What's that?
Straight as an arrow. They put me in jail. Put me in jail. I've been in jail for a long time.
Okay, you've been in since last evening, but I have two things, sir, that you might need to be evaluated. So I'm going to order $7,500 personal bond. You're not to be released without an alcohol tether through the Wayne County Jail. I'm going to mark the medical so that you can get medical attention, sir, because I think you do need to be evaluated by a doctor.
Yes. No, I'll wear a tether. I don't have no problem wearing a tether. Alcohol tether.
Well, we have the option of having EMS, he's gainfully employed, you can pay for it, I believe, rather than going to county jail for an undetermined period of time. I don't know what the backlog is to get a tether. He's charged with a relatively minor offense. He might wind up doing 2 weeks just for administrative reasons.
Well, I understand that, no, I understand that, but I also think too that sometimes it's a bit more effective when Wayne County is monitoring it for those purposes. Mr. Foley, do you have the ability? Do you have an ability to pay for a tether on your own?
Oh, I had a tether before. You put an alcohol tether on me before.
Mr. Foley, do you have legal?
I paid for it, then Wayne County took it off.
Hey, Drunky, that wasn't the question.
It was like $1,500. I paid for it, and then Wayne County took it off.
Mayor, Mr. Foley, you have access to $200 today.
$200 today?
Oh, $200. You can come up with $200. Bring that.
When I'm in jail. How am I gonna do that when I'm in jail?
You have a wallet in your pocket when you were arrested? Can you call somebody that can come in with $200? I'm trying to save you from going to Wayne County Jail for a couple of weeks. That's up to you.
I don't keep $200 in my wallet. I gotta be honest with you. In fact, I don't use cash at all. I don't know anyone who does.
I've been in jail since, I don't know. I've been, how long have I been there?
Counsel, I do think that it would be in your client's best interest if he does take the ride downtown or down to Wayne County Jail. They do have medical staff available because I do think that he needs some evaluation of some sort. I'm not sure if the cognitive issues are something underlying medical or as a result of the alcohol. I'm not sure. But there's something.
That follows me the rest of my life. That follows me the rest of my life.
Okay.
My father was an alcoholic, and I'm an alcoholic. You understand? You see that?
Yeah, we've heard. We've heard several times now. First of all, we believed you when you said it, and now that you keep repeating it, we believe you even more.
An alcoholic. My father was an alcoholic. My grandfather was an alcoholic.
Okay, well,
And I got that gene. I have that gene, so.
Okay, so the court's going,
Okay, so where is he getting the alcohol? Everybody always says this, that you can get whatever you want in jail, but he's been in jail for a day. How is he wasted for his court appearance? Hungover, sure. But currently drunk?
to mark the file medical, so you can receive medical evaluation at the Wayne County Jail, and he can have a tether through the Wayne County Jail. And he'll also be supervised if he's going through any withdrawals at this point. Otherwise, if he's not in Wayne County Jail.
Let's go to Wayne County.
He's going through withdrawals with the tether.
I understand.
All right, thank you. So,
Return date,
Wednesday,
Oh, I'm sorry, didn't we? I got it.
our day of disaster. All right, let's go off the record.
All right, it's 24-471, Deshaun Stewart, violation of community control. First violation, tested positive for marijuana and alcohol.
I haven't seen this yet, but I think someone's going to try to BS Judge O'Donnell about their substance abuse.
September 12th, you understand that charge?
Yes, sir.
Second,
Let's see if it works.
test positive for marijuana, October 24th, you understand that charge?
Yes, sir.
Third, tested positive for marijuana, November 14th, you understand that charge?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Mulkey?
Thank you, Your Honor. It's my understanding after meeting with my client that he will waive a probable cause hearing. Furthermore, Your Honor, we would, if possible, like to dispose of the entire matter, proceed to disposition today. Thank you.
Is that what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
What's your plea to that charge, those
Guilty.
charges?
Guilty.
I'll accept your guilty plea and find you guilty.
You didn't know, y'all stink. Okay, that's just my opinion.
Missed you August 28th. And 3 times you tested positive for marijuana. Why?
It was like I told my probation officer, I smoked for my birthday. I knew I was wrong. But after my
Now,
birthday,
why did you do it?
not thinking.
Okay. I mean, what does that mean, not thinking? I mean, you knew you weren't, when was your birthday?
August 25th.
Okay. You were, okay. And you were in court 3 days later.
Yes.
Okay. And you just did it anyway because you wanted to.
Yes, sir.
Why?
Wasn't thinking.
I know you weren't thinking. Okay. So then why did you test positive in September?
I believe that was already in my system. I hadn't smoked nothing fresh.
Okay. Why did you test positive in October?
Still in my system.
Why did you test positive in November?
Still in my system.
No, it wasn't.
Mr.
When does
O'Donnell,
it go out of your system?
You say when do it?
When does it go out of your system?
I never know. I don't know. I've been trying to figure that out myself. I've been smoking weed for the last 40 years. This is my first time ever having to try to clean my system.
He would have no idea. He has not experienced. This is honest. He has not experienced a moment without weed in his system for 40 years. I fully believe that.
I never got in trouble where
Jamie, how long you been a probation officer?
20 years,
How long you been testing people for drugs?
20 years.
In your experience, how long does marijuana stay in the system?
Generally, people will be testing negative 30, maybe 45 days. We'll start getting negative screens because it will not be at a level that tests positive.
Okay, well, let's call it 60 anyway, okay? So if we call it 60, it's October 25th. So you're lying to me.
No, I'm not, sir.
You are. You are.
I love that. That wasn't a question. That was a statement from the bench. Okay. Okay.
Well, why did you, on September 12th, did you test positive for alcohol?
You say, did I?
Yeah, that's right. You did, right?
I'm not for sure. No one told me nothing.
All right, you just pled guilty to it.
Yeah, I
So
pled guilty,
why were
yes.
you drinking then, when you were told August 28th not to?
August 28th, so not to, and I was drinking when?
Tested positive.
Test positive. No,
September
that's
12th.
I was drinking weed. No, it was meth water, Judge.
I didn't even drink nothing in September.
How you keep testing positive for stuff you don't do? How does that happen?
I tested positive for the weed due to the fact that was already in my system. Alcohol, when Miss Jamie told me I had to stop drinking and smoking, I did stop drinking.
And how did you test positive for it?
That was already still in my system, sir.
The alcohol was in your system?
No, the weed was in my system.
I asked you about the drinking.
Alcohol, I hadn't drank since my birthday.
Then how is it still in your system?
Now, that's a good question, but
that's a great question. That's
yes,
not
it is.
I mean, that's kind of.
That is a good question, Judge. Oh, this is good. This is good. Keep up with the questions here, Stoney. It's pretty simple. He moved from weed to alcohol here. Okay.
A basic question. It's not a good question. It's not a great question. It's just a question. Better question is, why do you keep trying to bullshit me?
I'm not. I swear, Scott.
How long have you been sitting in jail?
A week.
What have you been doing while you've been sitting in jail?
Thinking on how can I get out of this situation?
What?
Go back to work.
Thinking about what?
How can I get out of this situation and go back to work?
One way to do it ain't to lie to me. Where do you work?
Petro's Homes.
Doing what?
Construction cleanup.
Where?
The places where I work at is out in Crocker Park.
How do you get there?
Uber.
Why don't you have a license?
My license just got suspended due to the fact my insurance lapsed.
Okay, why did your insurance lapse?
I couldn't pay the bill at the time.
Why not? You're working, you're making $20 an hour.
At the time when my insurance got lapsed, I was in the process of moving.
From where to where?
I was moving from 128th and St. Clair to from 128th St. Clair out to where I caught the case at, to the hotel, where I caught my case at.
Uh-huh.
And then maybe 6 weeks later, that's when we found the spot. And that's on 131st and Shaw. I've been there for
When are you going to get a license?
I can get one today.
Okay, well, how?
I can pay my insurance, my insurance claim, I could pay that.
Why didn't you do that like 10 days ago when you were out?
I was worried about this case. I wasn't worried about trying to drive back and forth. I had Uber
How
to do that.
did he get arrested?
How?
Talking to her. He reported, and he was arrested when he.
Reported what day?
December 9th.
Okay. So like on December 2nd, why didn't you take care of this and get your license?
I didn't know my license was a major factor in this.
Well, how much do you spend on Uber?
Oh, now that's a good question. Because I got to go
A
to
lot
work
of
every
good
day.
questions today. So how much do you spend on a trip to Uber when you got to go to work?
That's more like 50 to 60.
That's the second time he played. That's a good question, Judge. To O'Donnell. And the first time he said, no, really, it's just a basic question. I'm not even proud of that work. Then he does it again. Oh, God, this is good.
$60 a day.
$50 to $60 a day. What a waste of money. I mean, how much you got to pay to get your insurance reinstated?
That is $230 some odd dollars.
Okay, so you can take care of that in a week.
Right.
So why haven't you done that?
I was busy worried about trying to get back and forth out here to finish this case. I wasn't worried about driving. Driving wasn't a big factor to me right then, sir.
It would, if I were you, it would be to me if I'm spending $50 a day on Uber.
I'm just trying to make sure I get out here so I don't get invalidated.
Okay, well, here you are. Here
Yeah.
you are, because you won't stop smoking pot. Now, when you went, where did you get your drug and alcohol evaluation?
It was on West 59th in Detroit.
What was the name of the organization?
I do not know. I had called it off the back of my medical card,
What medical card?
my insurance card, my insurance medical card.
And when you went there, what was the discussion about? Tell me what you remember about your interview there.
My interview with the man asked me, do I think I have a problem with drugs? I say no. He asked me, what is the outcome of the situation? I say, I don't know. It's between the judge and my probation officer.
When did you get the evaluation done?
Monday. No, that's when I gave you the paper. I got the evaluation done the week before.
So the beginning of December?
Yes.
And you told the guy you didn't have a problem?
No, I don't. I don't have a problem. It's just that.
I guess it depends on a definition of problem, doesn't it? You don't think it's a problem to smoke pot. I think it's a problem to smoke pot.
Okay.
So is it a definition problem here?
No, I do have a problem, sir.
So what are you going to do about it?
Stop.
Okay. I thought we had that discussion back on August 28th.
Yes, we did.
How long have you been working at this Petro?
3.5 years.
How often do you work?
Every day, Monday through Friday.
And where are you living right now?
131st and Shaw.
Who do you live with?
My girlfriend and my dog.
Jesus. So all this time you've been working at that place, you've been smoking pot?
No.
No? Up until when? August 25th?
Yes.
Okay. Were you high when you were working?
No.
Why not?
Because I was off.
What?
I was off.
You were off what?
I was off on my birthday.
No. When you worked prior to August 25th, you worked for them for 3+ years. Were you high when you were working?
Not while at work.
Why not?
It's not right to work while high.
Why
I only
not?
smoke when I got off work, sir.
So you're able to prevent smoking pot while you're working?
Yes.
So then you do it by choice because you want to, right?
Before I caught this case, yes.
Okay. So there's no reason that you should ever smoke pot again because you can control that habit, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right, you're going to stay on community control, 7 days in jail with credit for 7, no drugs, no alcohol, and screens.
Yes, sir.
Full employment, valid driver's license, costs and supervision fees. So I assume, Jamie, he's going to go out of the jail and into your office, right?
That's correct.
Okay, so I want him to have a urine test. So we'll see what happens with that one.
I know. It's going to be positive.
Mulkey, anything else?
Not at all, Your Honor. Thank you so much.
Now, I didn't, listen, I gave you what I just gave you because that's what I wanted to do, okay? But I didn't do it because I believe you haven't smoked pot since August 25th, okay?
Yes,
So
sir.
knock off the nonsense. If you knock off the nonsense, then you won't have to deal with this crap anymore. Understand?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Mr. Johnson, can you hear us now? Because you keep disrupting my court saying you can't hear. Can you hear?
Yes, I can.
Okay. All right. This is case number 234564001. The people of the state of Michigan versus Saverin, Saverine Johnson. The defendant is charged with carrying a concealed weapon while operating under the influence. Well, my docket actually doesn't say operating, so I might have added that, but it just says influence. And today is the date set for an arraignment on the bench warrant, which does not make me happy. Appearances, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Dawn McLeod on behalf of the people.
Rakedia Hall on behalf of Saverine Johnson. Sir, may you state your first, middle, and last name for the record?
Saverine Johnson. No middle name.
Okay, and Your Honor, in terms of the arraignment, Mr. Johnson waives the formal reading and stands mute. We ask that a plea of not guilty be entered on his behalf.
Court enters a not guilty plea on behalf of Mr. Johnson and moves immediately to another pretrial conference because he capious from a final pretrial conference on a, okay.
Have you ever had a failure to appear?
Possibly. The pretrial conference. I'm assuming the defense has already received discovery.
I believe we have, Your Honor. However, we would be asking to set this matter for a final pretrial.
Ms. McLeod, can you confirm whether discovery was previously sent to the defense?
I see a note from co-counsel regarding the due date, discovery due by 11/12/2025. I do not see a follow-up email.
Oh, no, not that discovery wasn't due. You mean 24?
I meant 2024, yes, Judge.
So he recently capious. I'm sorry, let me see.
Very recently.
And yeah, this is Ms. Burton's note regarding the last time that we were before this court. October 15th, there was a pretrial held and a final pretrial set. And the final pretrial set was for 11/25/24.
Oh, yeah. Why did you?
And he failed to appear.
Miss?
Yeah.
He missed court because he had the court dates confused. He is making sure that he has something to write it down with now to make sure that he appears on the court date.
Let me say something to you. What is this? Is this a 1-year misdemeanor or 93 day? Does anybody know?
This is a 93-day misdemeanor.
All right. I don't want to be in jail for 20 minutes, let alone for 93 days. Now, I don't know how many cases you've had in your lifetime. I don't know because I don't know you. But it's your responsibility to keep up with your court dates. Talking about I got the court dates confused, that'll get you locked up. That means I can't trust you to come to court. That means that when I give you a bond, which is supposed to ensure you coming to court, that means I can't ensure you coming to court. You can't just forget your court date. And then let me say this to you. And I don't pretend to work at MFD. I don't pretend to work for MFD because I don't want to work for them. But I felt like I remembered and thought, this is just me, that they were sending out reminder text messages. I ain't gonna say nothing. Okay, whatever. All I'm saying is everybody else get a reminder text message. So if your lawyer doesn't know your correct phone number and all of that, but I wouldn't work for them well because I don't think grown people should have to get a reminder for their court date. That's me, but that's not my business. That's Joyce Reasonover's business. If she want to send out reminders, so make sure her clients come to court, that's their business. But you're a grown man and you need to remember your court dates, okay? Because don't miss again. Then the next time your bond is going to be high and you're going to have to post a high bond. When you accumulate capiases, that means you don't come to court. Failure to appears. Then when another judge looks at it, now they're saying, oh, no, he don't come to court, so we're going to give him a high bond. You don't want that. Okay, so thank you for the, so this was a recent capias. So the discovery was due before that last court date. So the defense should have discovery. I will set another final pretrial conference for January. So let's see where I can fit them in January. Today is December 16th. Mr. Flanagan, how many do I have on January 16th?
Your Honor.
So that means 20 once the magistrates put some on. And that also, we're supposed to be in a jury trial. All right, that's all right though. So I have 10. And I'm going to have 11. And so hopefully the magistrates won't put 10 on there. But nonetheless, court is going to set this for a final pretrial conference, January the 16th. And I'm not going to put it at 9:04 yet. I'm going to give him a chance to just have a regular bond if he fails to appear, but you need to come to court. So January 16th, 9 o'clock, and discovery should have been sent, but if it hasn't been sent, it should be sent right away. Anything further with respect to Mr. Johnson? Bond will continue and he should not be drinking. And I don't think I have him testing, but I wonder if I should. No drinking, no carrying any weapon, no possession of any weapon. And I won't have him test right now. All right, anything further?
Your Honor, I cannot confirm whether or not the discovery was previously sent, but I did just resend it to Ms. Hall for the record. Nothing further from the people.
And I did receive that discovery and nothing further from Mr. Johnson.
All right, then we're all set. Mr. Johnson, have a great day and stay safe.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Dimitri, feel.
All right. We are blessed today. We not only get to see Judge Bryant mildly annoyed, we get to see Judge Dad mildly annoyed. This is good. Someone's got a dog and it's making him nuts. The hearing isn't much, but the dog really puts him over.
Theophilus Trakopoulos versus Joseph Paul Weidenbeck and Amy Lynn Maurer. All right. Your name, sir?
Joseph Wiedenbeck, and my wife is here with me. We're on the same meeting.
Ma'am, your name?
Amy Moss.
Mr. Trakopoulos, your name? You have
Dimitri.
to take your hat off.
Yes, sir. Dimitri.
Tell me your full name.
Dimitri Trokopoulos.
Mr. and Mrs. Weidenbeck, did you listen to and understand the rights? Let's start with you, sir.
Yes.
Ma'am, did you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you wish to speak to a lawyer, sir?
No, not at this time.
Okay. Who's got the dog?
I'm getting rid of him. Give me a second, sir. Come here, boy.
I'm glad everybody thinks these are so great to do on Zoom. You know that? Ma'am, do you want to speak to a lawyer?
No, Your Honor, I don't.
Yeah, hurry. Come here. You want this dash?
Do either of you intend to apply for funding?
Well, Your Honor, it
Oh,
depends
this is
on
just a termination case.
Okay.
This is a termination case.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, we would like to. I just got out of the ICU. I was in the hospital for 10 days and, I can't work right now at the moment.
Well, they're not suing you for non-payment of rent. He just wants you out of the property.
Yeah. And I don't understand why. I think that's very unfair.
Sir, hang on 1 second, please.
Okay.
Just wait 1 second.
Okay.
Mr. Tricopoulos.
Yeah, the dog just got out. He's putting the dog away. All right, they're
Good.
I can hear you. I'm sorry about the dog. They usually don't act like that.
Whoever thought Zoom was a great idea at this point, I don't know.
I know.
Well, you don't have to do it by Zoom. You can come up here anytime you have a case here.
Okay. I'll know that for next time.
Why don't you have to get out, Mr. Weidenbeck? Why don't you have to leave? I'm sorry about your health concerns, and I sympathize with you, but is the lease up, Mr. Tricopoulos?
It's a month-to-month lease, and we've tried to work things out, but we got to go a different route, unfortunately.
So why don't you have to leave, sir?
I'm sorry?
Why don't you have to leave? Is this a mobile home that you're leasing? Is that what this is, Mr. Tricopoulos?
No, it's a residential home in Woodhaven. No, it's right in Iron Gate Drive, right there down the street from Woo,
Okay.
Woo Middle School, elementary, whatever now.
I mean, he's entitled to possession.
I understand that. I don't feel that we did anything wrong. In fact, we moved from out of state. We looked at the property online.
Sir,
yes.
You don't have to do it. Hang on. You don't have to do anything wrong. If it's a month-to-month lease, he can send you a 30-day notice and evict you at any time at the end of a month.
Okay.
Jennifer, what day was the notice to quit sent out? I don't have that portion of the file here, I don't believe. No.
Okay.
It was on Halloween.
It was on Halloween. It was October 31st.
Mm-hmm.
What was sent out on Halloween?
Halloween.
I mean, there's nothing I can do, Mr. Weidenbeck.
What was sent
and Mrs. Mauer. Ma'am, you can say something if you'd like.
What was sent out on Halloween? He brought us a paper, but it didn't have anything. It was handwritten, and I don't really know what he means by that. Like, it was nothing.
He means get out in 30 days. There's nothing to discuss here.
Was sent to us. He dropped something off.
It didn't have a case number. It didn't even have a court.
It was just handwritten.
Because that's sent out before.
Your Honor, we have a video of her handing her the paper.
I can show you the paper myself. It doesn't have anything written on. I couldn't even. It was like not even legible.
Hang on, Jennifer. Bring me a judgment here.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
This isn't
judgment.
He doesn't have to have a reason, is what I'm trying to tell you nicely.
Bring me a judgment and the belt.
If this is a month-to-month lease, he has the right to terminate the tenancy at any time. So he wouldn't have had a case number to send you a 30-day notice.
Okay.
I mean, there's not a whole lot I can do for you.
Well, Your Honor, I mean, we are paying a lot of money a month to live there, and we looked at the property from Alabama, moved up, and it was grossly misrepresented as to what it was. It's not a 5-bedroom, it's a 3. I'm paying to store all their stuff in the garage. The oven never worked. The dishwasher doesn't drain. There were all these things that were wrong. And then
that's what you get all the time from the landlords do different things that aren't right. They're not always right or whatever, but you always get this litany of complaints about the property when they're being evicted, which always begs the question, then why the hell don't you go?
He wants to throw us out. I put $1,000 of my own money into their furnace. I just feel like this is really unfair.
Did you advertise that as a 5-bedroom house, Mr. Truckopoulos?
No, Your Honor.
I have the market, the Facebook
Hang on.
ad.
Let me ask a couple questions.
There are 5 bedrooms, but no, I mean, it's a good house, great house.
Did he put $1,000 into the furnace?
No, we never got a receipt for any of the motors or anything. He said he repaired a bunch of things in the house, but we never received any receipts for anything. And that's not a thing. We can't do that. We don't ever pay anybody in our house unless we give them verification. He just started working on things in the house. That's not okay. We can't. We're going a different route anyway. We're selling the house, so I mean, they have to leave. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, Your Honor. We have a month-to-month lease, like you said. We just want our house back. That's all we want.
I mean, it was advertised as a 5-bedroom. It's a 3. You can't call bedrooms in a basement without an emergency egress.
Down.
At this point, it's not. How long have you lived there?
August.
Since August.
September. We gave them a little time extra, but it was pretty much September, and they haven't paid full rent the whole time. They never paid their full deposit.
That's not true. That's not true.
Communication was the worst.
All right, folks, listen to me. Listen.
I'm done dealing with this. I just want my house back.
Listen.
Yep.
Time out on the field here, please.
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
There's nothing I can do. They sent you a 30-day notice.
I need a little bit more than 30 days. I have 2 young kids.
I'm giving you till December 30th. That's the best I can do. That's absolutely the best I can do. And I'm going to do it after hearing. And you have until December 27th to appeal. They sent you a 30-day notice. They have the right to get the property back. He has the right to get the property back. December 30th, I'll give you that extra 3 days. But you have to be out by that day. If not, you're going to be evicted. Okay?
Thank you, Your
That's
Honor.
all I can. That's all I can do. I prepared the judgment. You have to vacate by the 30th. Good luck, folks.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Well, there you had it. There you have it. That's all the clips I had. Although I was generously offered a clip to Eric Martin, but apparently it's over by Colin, definitely not Cromwell, but apparently it's over on his channel, so you can go see it there. I would encourage you to do so. This thing went longer than I expected. Had a rough day. I saw lots of stuff in the chat about legal vices. That absolutely sucks. He was a cool guy. I got to hang out with him personally for a few days in Korea. When I was over in Korea, I was gonna see. I went over there. I was gonna see Andrew, of Legal Mindset, who I met, and I know I met him in LA, and I wanted to see both of them, so I made plans to go to Andrew's in Seoul, and Jeff was in Busan. So I text, you can ask him. I text Andrew, and he's like, "Yeah, come on over." Like he's totally cool. He's like, "Yeah, I can't wait to see it." And he was like, "When are you gonna?" I'm like, "Well, I'm in Tokyo. I'm probably this weekend, like 3 days from when I texted him." He's like, "Dude, I'm not in the country. I don't know what to tell you." So anyway, I did go to Seoul anyway, and then I went down and I saw Jeff. And he treated me like family. He was, he took me in. I met a lot of his friends. We went around. We went to the places he goes. We partied. We had fun. At that time, if there's anything wrong with him or he felt bad or whatever, I sure as hell didn't know it. I don't think he knew it. I don't think he knew it. Because he was living life to the fullest right there. I want to limit what I'll say, but based on my text conversations, he was living life to the fullest until quite recently. In fact, I was shocked by this news and never knew anything. Again, he may have had some problem and not told me. Maybe I wouldn't be at the top of the list, but I don't think so. Is my guess. But he was doing what he wanted to do. He was leading the life he wanted to lead. He was a good guy. It's weird. I had this conversation earlier. When you do this, people are people, and you get on like YouTube, and it doesn't change. It's just the volume of people is larger. So you get a bunch of people who attack you and are nasty to you for no reason, that don't know you. And conversely, you get a pile of people who are just incredibly sweet to you and helpful and supportive that also don't know you. Jeff was one of those. He was nice. My channel was tiny, and he was all supportive and all that stuff. And then he'd been on my channel, I'd been on his channel, and I knew, because I was traveling a lot, and I knew at some point I'll get over there. And I thought, all right, when I'm over in Asia, I'll shoot into Busan. I mean, like, who wouldn't, right? It's a cool town. So all I can say is rest in peace. He was a good one. I can also say this. He had integrity in the sense that privately, he was very, I'm not saying we didn't get more real in our conversations, but his public personality very much matched his private personality. He was a nice, gregarious guy. The end. That's not a facade. That's the way he was. And he was really decent. It was a rough bit of news, and then there's more tragedy and rough news. I'm seeing in the chat, but I don't even know if this is true, that apparently Bruce Rivers, and I don't know Bruce at all. I don't know him at all. But if it's true that he lost his son, that is just horrible. That is horrific. That is horrific. I mean, I don't really watch his channel, and I certainly am not familiar with his son's channel. But if that is I am familiar with him, as he has a big channel, just as being in this space. And my condolences to him as well. That is just awful. If that's the case, it appears to be. Not to mention more tragedy that's out there. But I don't want to do this. I push this off to the end because the idea here is to have fun. And I didn't want to get everyone bummed out before we watch the clips. But rest in peace. He was a good one. Thank y'all for coming out. I appreciate it. I'll see you soon.